get you dressed and ready for communism. I feel like I had some kind of a strategy with the way that this is all set up. But then again, maybe not. You gotta get the most out of your boots. And for some reason I was in the glasses, I think, for a while. A long while. Hey Kai, how you doing? 9 p.m. indeed. At this hour of night, I have treated you to the sight of Harry Dubois in just his underwears. And what a day it is. How are you? I keep doing this. I keep making sure he's like, all comfy to go to sleep, but I don't really think about the consequences. Is this the shirt that you were in to begin with? I think we wanted to be like this. Styling. There's Klaasje ASMR stream is now a thing. Huh. Oh, I'm for real not sure what the volume settings are like, so if they are messing it up, just like yell or something. I don't know what the option to go around pantsless. It's kind of a, I don't know, how many pants have you even collected? It's kind of a, the silhouette is kind of getting to me. Guys, and I'm good, I've been watching the anime. There's so many things to be watching. I keep seeing the reviews of, wait, this is gonna minus my rhetoric. I keep seeing the reviews of Dan to Dan come out and around, and you get a bow tie on it all. I have to put on the pants, like logically I know I have to put on some kind of a pants. Anything to electrochemistry? You know, maybe I can find him some white pants that achieve the same effect later. But today we're so clean and so fresh and ready to get out of there. Does the encyclopedia do anything? Yep, fashionable as always. King hijinks appearing to say, hello gay comrade, let's spark a revolution in our show. You know, they go together quite well.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
That is, of course, ignoring the rest of the outfit. In fact, it's really tempting to take off the jacket and go full mesh shirt with it. I didn't think it through that I was putting on the centrism pants. There's asking if your first message got centered. Okay, yeah, seeing the yeah, I'm just like seeing things laid ahead and off of my shoulders in a strange sort of sense. We're saying I like regular normal things, or oops, it's a fashion faux pas. Discard the thought and the pants. I mean, I was considering going pantsless. I mean, usually there's a couple of opportunities to explore a thought before it's discarded altogether, right?
I know you do.
Volition.
These interstellari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this. That's for sure.
Aren't you kind of the moral intern? Wait,
You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal.
We are?
Even if you didn't want to be.
The rest of the outfit kind of, wait, what are we? But then I'm clicking.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate.
That's all it takes, just the
opinion
pants.
Somewhere in Martinez.
Well, apparently it's around your nether region. You must be mistaken, I'm a real radical. That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here. Or, this is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it? I haven't said none of the above that often, have I? Certainly not in this playthrough. I've, not that I'm doing many others, but I just clicked it like for a brief second in the other one. I'm radical out here.
A radical centrist. In these bright and loud times where 1,000 frequencies drown one another out, sober thinking is a radical act.
I thought I was just putting on pants. I thought, okay, so I'm gonna walk out of this shack to where everyone and their eyes are with the no pants. That was my second most option that I was considering, because I think you've worn the same thing too many times in a row. Not that that really exists as much for pants.
It's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
I do, weirdo. I'm just in Gamer Town. And things are getting the opposite of weird over here. Apparently, things are getting steady. Kingdom of Conscience, what do you mean? You can say, where is the Kingdom of Conscience? No more talk, sign me up for a passport, or I'm too fiery for this watercolor ideology. I'm trying to develop more extreme and interesting opinions. It doesn't hurt to ask where it is, in case I don't want to run into it.
It is not a place. It is a moment.
This is not a moment, it's the movement.
That can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
Okay, but then the way that the writing is kind of beautiful is, I don't know, making me curious about the variety of things. How do you bring about those circumstances? And why does it involve putting on these pants? You can say that's an honorable goal. That's a stupid goal. It's not even that clear of a goal. How do you do that?
Incrementally.
Sounds exactly like what we were planning to do with communism.
Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed.
And by speed, you mean drugs, you mean snorting the drugs.
History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly.
But also, isn't that how some of the only change has been brought about at all? Due to the general inertia of so many things. There's catastrophes, but there's also Stonewall. What is that?
That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
Empathy, when you say it like that, it sounds slightly convincing. Does this interfere with the other things that I'm going on with? And messages, I had missed Kai saying Dan to Dan is actually amazing. Right on half has captured your attention. Right, the art style alone was looking great. You're holding yourself back from watching the original because you want to watch the full remake. Huh, that's one order of operations. I wonder how one affects the other. We're looking at a moment in time with Dolores Day. We can say, what about all the things that are wrong now? Don't some things need to be overturned? Quickly, decisively? Or what's the Kingdom of Conscience actually like? Or this sounds mega boring. I mean, it can sound mega boring, but I can also be very curious. What's it like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe.
You're not really selling me on this, Empathy.
Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national.
Is that...
It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
That's like the opposite of one of the goals that I've been doing around here. Okay, so although this is interesting as a branching path, I feel like I don't know if it would interfere with anything else. The setup is bothering me. Let's point this thing differently. Huh. So, I mean, it might not necessarily interfere with anything else, but okay, we can say I want to live for the present to opt out. Or that sounds kind of terrible. I don't think I want to be a moralist anymore. That seems like an even more decisive opting out. A quite rebellious form of opting out. Huh. There's... Okay, I just saying gotta take your time while people are literally being killed. Right? Huh. Well, I hope that I can get to this in a different save to know what it is at least, but let's opt out in the most decisive way.
What you want is immaterial. The Kingdom of Conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Only very slowly.
The decisiveness in the all caps words followed by little parentheses very slowly. It's cracking me up, not gonna lie. You and I'm cracked. Right, so we're dressed. we're in the pants, but not like ideologically, because I feel like it should be a little counterbalanced by the bright yellow gloves and the tie and the shirt. Let's get out of here. Where the click, just like that. This was the option for...
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
As fascinating as that is, I'm used to the way that he's looking, and also those checks looked sort of abysmal. I think I moved some things over here. I feel like I'm forgetting a great many things, but like first I would probably want to go over to the dead body. Hello, Kim. Hello. I'm in reasonable pants today. How are you doing? Do we have like briefs?
Yes?
You can try to smell Kim right now while you're jittering on the steps of this thing. Yeah, I guess you can say, aren't we going to talk about the boots I'm wearing? This is also on my mind, but it begs the question, do I want to like lead with smelling him? Like a big whiff. There's he's saying, look at it, wait for you to shade right. Closeness. There's okay, there's the option to put more skills into Inland Empire. Crystal Palm asking why you have blue cheeks. I've tried to put the face paint on every time I've done one of these Disco Elysium streams to, I don't know, to make it like distinctive or something. But I'm not sure if I've forgotten some. Okay, so we're either not obsessing over the sexuality first. I feel like the order of in which I choose one of these could add itself to some of the hilarity. Let's do the boots first and then sort of sniff to clear the air. It's full of logic, you know?
Okay, let's talk about it. You stole the boots.
Stole, is it? You know, how do you even define stealing?
Congratulations. That must have taken an enormous concerted effort, considerable ingenuity and timing. Now I'm going to report you and you are going to go to jail.
That's so sad. I'm really sorry, Kim. I'm gonna go to jail. We could say, please don't. I was just, or these are not the same boots. I like them so much I went and bought myself a pair. Huh. Do I only get to choose one of these? Because if that were the case, I would choose I bought myself a pair.
Sure. Anyway, did you want something related to police work?
I don't care about your insane theft, the lieutenant thinks, and looks away from the boots. Just know, if anyone asks me, I will snitch on you.
I love having this high of a score in this one. You let me know what they're thinking out here. Alright. Snitch acknowledged. So, speaking of things, this is a great transition to trying to smell him.
The lieutenant's posture becomes rigid and uncomfortable as you lean forward and sniff the area just above his shoulder blade.
How's it going?
The lieutenant is fastidious as a cat in matters of his personal upkeep, and yet, in the folds of his jacket, you can just perceive the stale and acrid traces of oil rags, transmission fluid, and brake pads.
Oh, I almost didn't get that little description. Huh, smelling like a little bit of a car shop, huh? Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Wait. There's something else there. Something that sets your GABA receptors aflutter.
I don't know what GABA receptors is, electrochemistry.
The lieutenant's aftershave, a common drugstore brand. Strong hints of pine needle.
I didn't think that this was going to be anything except for intimate, so why am I surprised when it's kind of intimate?
But what sort of ideological picture do these smells paint? Tough to say.
Is that a bonus from wearing the pants?
Do you need something, detective?
I don't know, I'm figuring that out. Hello? What kind of aftershave do you use? Or you're no lieutenant, you're a mechanic. I mean, can it be all of these? What aftershave or mechanic? If it only lets me choose one, then I go for that one.
I do like to hang around the motor pool every now and then, but that doesn't make me a mechanic.
Okay.
Sort of like how hanging around the liquor store hasn't made you into a master distiller.
Yet, or we could say that was a cheap shot. I don't know. Okay, like which one leans more into the sass? I don't know. Let's say yet. That's
a good
banter.
point. It could happen any day now.
I'm distilling right now.
Was there something else you wish to discuss?
Is it? If I was curious about the dialogue options, is it nuts to like be smelling smelling your man a second time?
The lieutenant's
I'm so sorry out here. And what was the receptors?
Do you need something, detective?
Also, what aftershave do you use?
It's nothing fancy, just plain old Tiger Super Special. Are you thinking of,
Oh, shaving. Yeah, that's a reason I would lead with trying to smell you, I guess, yeah. Lose these bad boys? No way. Or do you think I should? I'm curious about opinions. I want to hear more from you, man.
The lieutenant considers your mutton chops for a long moment. A slight grimace crosses his face.
Sorry, I'm really no expert on this sort of thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Was there something else you wish to discuss?
Obsessing over the sexuality, but I checked back on the chat as Crystal Mom said enjoy the game, and Kim is very impressed with your boots, and enjoying the smell of a good man, and we need to tell him we are bisexual right after leaning in for a good smell. Here we go. Hello, we're not obsessing over things. I have big news, Kim.
Okay.
I have managed to stop obsessing about my sexuality. Or, as I'm saying this, I realize I would not be telling the truth. Because you're still obsessing? I'm very curious what the hell that means, but let's just say it. I'm not obsessing, is that it?
Great. Imagine all the time you'll have for work now. Matter of fact, we should get back to it right now.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to be sniffed again, perhaps? We can say yes, we can nod.
Mm-hmm.
We could say just one thing, though.
What?
Yeah, I'm curious. Are you part of the homosexual underground? Since we're on the topic, since we're on this porch, and I'm just sort of hopping in place. How are you homosexual? You?
You didn't stop at all, did you? You are just obsessing about other people's sexuality now.
What gave it away? You could say, yeah, but...
But am I? I'll spare you another 20-hour mind project. Yes, I am. Now let's get back to work.
How do you know it took 20 hours? I love a little bit of meta. Oh my god. Wait, I had heard of this like before starting to play the game to begin with. Heard of a little brief moment like that. However, I didn't know that it was followed up directly by, yes, now let's get back to work. How perfect, how in character, how on it.
That's the truth.
Love it for us drama. I'm super curious what the other skills have to say in that moment. This Magic saying, Harry asking his man how he prefers if he like the hair. I'm just like intensely curious. Like he takes it as co-workers, but like also takes it like, and saying experience gained, you have now come out to your crush. Okay, that's what a damn fresh start to the day. So, man, I feel as though I'm not admiring the fit nearly enough, which is absurd because I took all that time to put it together. Just wonder if there's anything else to say after the little outing. I don't know, but like official police uniform with a mesh shirt and bow tie and funny glasses sort of
I see you haven't left our little Martinez yet.
We're still around.
Still running around. Like some kind of cross-country law official.
We're across the country, and we're very official. You can say I still have a case to solve, or I have some loose ends to tie up. This place is kind of growing on me. I don't know, why not start with that one? It's kind of growing on me.
Aye. but don't let it grow too much. This is not the place to settle down. Now, what's on your mind, officer?
Well, I guess that was it then. I'm not seeing any new dialogue options, but it's, I don't know, nice to be around. Walk in and looking at the chat. As King Hijing says, I appreciate that interaction with Kim so very much. Definitely. And okay, if I press M for the map, how much am I might be as close to the... No, okay, I think I can get closer to the boardwalk. We'll have a little bit of a fast travel, I think. And hopefully I'm remembering where the reportable body is indeed. There's... Can I just say? And there is your explicit confirmation that Cam is indeed gay. Even Drama is able to tell you that's true. There's something, I don't know, let's call it simple and satisfying. You know, actually I'm kind of... do we interact with the jacket? Simple and satisfying about Drama being the one to... the one to say so. I guess because it is sort of a dramatic approach, right? Walking the right way, I'm probably walking the wrong way. Want to walk all the way back there? Yep, I was already by the entrance. Because the approach to calling something the homosexual underground is... That's just dripping with drama now, isn't it? Alright. Deciding not to obsess over your own sexuality in the morning, and then we go and see the corpse. What was that? Just watching out for the floorboards. Yeah, you are standing directly over empty space. King Hachi saying it's really cool that this game has
lies on the boardwalk.
two explicitly queer
His
main
limbs
characters.
bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle.
And now I'm looking
Right
at the
next to
corpse
him
again.
is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
And I think it was, what should we do
From
with
where
him?
I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
A library card, huh? Gosh. Like the couple, both halves of the couple were both into books. But yeah, I'm missing the good stuff over in the chat. King Haiching saying it's not even a romance thing or even a story all about queerness. We just have the main characters of this game be a bit of queer, and that's cool. Yeah, definitely. Huh, I forget why. Okay, we probably have to walk a little more. I'm wondering like why ceiling is is kind of highlighted there. Maybe that was, I don't know, do I consider that a glitch? And yeah, I keep saying after that super sweet moment with Kim, it's time for the sadness quest, right? The tonal, I don't know, tonal comparison indeed. And since I picked up the jacket, would I maybe want to stop by a certain individual missing jacket? Since it was nasty. Nasty. Okay, do I have to be standing right next to the church? I think maybe that's how it all works. And that's really neat. Oh, did I miss clicking on this earlier? No, I don't think I did.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
I'm actually kind of wondering, in regards to change and spare change, if I have to, pay to get into his room in the daytime, because I guess that would kind of make sense, but also the tie is in there, and I did forget about that for a couple of these, but, I don't know what happens if you pick up the handset.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
And so now, operable, you can dial a random number. Is it random? What's with the ocean over there?
Calling.
Calling?
Still calling.
Somehow I imagine that no one's picking up.
This feels wrong. Should you be doing this?
What do you mean this payphone is interesting? Hello too. And entering the chat, let me die. Sealing is either a rhetoric check to get a bribe or a perception check to notice that he's selling mutual aid. Ooh. Ooh. That could be relevant to day 4 sorts of things from the sounds of it. Most interesting. Alright, Inland Empire, what exactly do you mean?
End of tone. Someone picks up.
Anyone important?
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old. Why are we finding the raw nerve of humanity upon dialing a random number at a random payphone? You can claim to be Pierre. You can say I might be. What's Pierre like? It seems... Okay, the first 2 options here seem cruel, but, let's choose the second one then. What's Pierre like?
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
Which animals? How many? We can say what kind of pets do you have, or that's not good, or it gets lonely even when you're with people. It gets lonely even when you're with people, maybe?
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
What does that mean, ma'am?
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects.
That seems like it had several pathways.
You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
And would I do 10 cents to do it again? It seems absurd, but I'm curious. And also, the talk of static reminds me of the pail. And is that a different random number than before? It is! Oh.
Calling.
Very affordable, though.
Still calling. Again? Seriously?
Hi.
Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Anyone I know?
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. You can say Gerard, what a douche name. Change it. Change your name. Oh, the payphone version of being a little hater on the internet. It's available to you right now. You can say, sorry, wrong number. I don't want to be mean in the world, but I do want to be interesting. Well, saying that out loud makes me sad. Let's click on bullying people.
What are you, like 5?
Maybe. A woman's voice shouts something in the background. When Gerard speaks again, his voice is hushed.
Thanks for calling, asshole.
Okay, that's...
Phone. Disconnect tone.
And then it just gives you a different random number every time. That's fascinating to high heavens. The variety of things that Kim has like stood here for and simply witnessed is your patience, man. Your patience is astounding to me. There's the random meanness indeed. Alright, so let's talk to a fellow about a jacket really quick. I don't suppose a little baby child would have anything to say. What is with the random dude, bro? That's on the ever-growing list of things to add to a alternate choices playthrough. Okay, going back to the phone, huh? Most interesting.
Tequila sunset.
We can say I found your jacket. Did I find your jacket? Or have you got any more stories? I'm, for better or worse, really fascinated with the main quest at this moment in time. It's been 2 weeks since I played. So even though it's fascinating that he has more stories, I guess I'll stick to the jacket for now.
Ah, tequila. I knew you'd come through. That's fucking great, man.
You can say I found a little more than I bargained for. Yeah, why not talk about it before handing it over?
What's that supposed to mean?
You can say there was a dead body nearby. I mean, I guess I did click into this. We're gossiping about a corpse, I guess.
What's that got to do with my jacket?
You can say it's a freaky coincidence. Yeah, I say things based on vibes sometimes. And what are the vibes around here, freaky?
What do I care about some local stiff? You gonna give me the jacket or no?
Okay, take the jacket.
Let me see. What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this?
You can be a sorry cop, or what'd you expect? You left it outside for a week. Or I've just seen an omen of my impending death. I don't care about the jacket. Like, despite calling it a stupid jacket, and also bullying a random anonymous person on the phone, it feels bad to say you don't care about things. You left it outside for a week.
I'm not taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in an irrecoverably decaying orbit, but I've still got standards.
Idiot Doom Spiral. I'm glad you have standards because you are objectively hilarious.
Either bring it back the way it was before, or find a dumpster to burn it in.
Interesting.
You know, despite the guano, it looks like the jacket itself is stain resistant. It may just need a good scrubbing.
I did not expect encouragement from Kim. Yeah, you know, maybe we're a laundromat. Maybe that's what's up. You can ask, why do you keep losing all your stuff? No. Hey. Okay. So, they've got a very gross jacket. As King Hijink says, I would recommend going back to the payphone. There's more to discover, and you can talk to Rosemary, and don't call Abigail, by the way. But also maybe get your tie before talking to Rosemary, right? I haven't tried the various ways to be let into the room, like in the daytime without paying. But I'm very curious. Well, we can say a little hi to Don't Call Abigail. An unshaven man with a ruddy nose scrumbles. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away. Hello, old fellow.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Just like you, huh?
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
You can say, who is Abigail, or I am the law.
Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
You seem like you could almost be asleep.
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's gone. Calling her wouldn't make it any better or worse.
Oh, sort of worried about being snitched on due to being drunk kind of thing?
Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a little too drunk.
The fact that electrochemistry is saying that. Okay, we can say, who are you, what's your name, or where am I, what is this place? Okay, who are you, what's your name?
Don't call Abigail!
Well, I mean, if that's all you can say. You can say, where am I, what is this place?
The man hiccups, then mumbles something unintelligible.
Too drunk indeed. Why shouldn't I call Abigail?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
We're committed. It feels potentially like you're gonna get spat on or coughed on, but let's lean in.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
We could say, I'm on an important official investigation. I demand you answer my questions. But what if those was, where am I, what is this place? I mean, I'm kind of curious if that leads anywhere.
There's no use in yelling at drunks. He's barely holding it together.
Yeah.
The drunk man starts coughing a really disgusting, hacking cough.
And over in the chat, I've missed things such as, your apartment will be unlocked, and why is Santa drunk sleeping in the sewer pipe? Right? You know, for all we know, that's what Santa is up to in the off season. You can say.
He does not sound well at all.
Oh, thanks for the insight, Endurance. You can say, tell me about your friends.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me! Abigail?
The tone of voice makes it seem like he misses her too.
Don't call.
Well, you're drunk as hell now, aren't you?
There was little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway.
Huh. I guess there's not much to do but pick up the cash that you guys left around here. There's a bench for sitting on if you want. Huh. Alright, I do want to get a tie and talk to Rosemary, apparently. And Knightings commented, even electrochemistry is like, no, right? And we can be a cop to him. One of the saddest potential futures for Harry, indeed. So is that just a bench for regular sitting? I would assume so. What else is there?
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
Was that one of the options for a place to sleep? This King Hijinks asking if I want to know how to clean the jacket. My first instinct would be that we're taking disgusting things once again to the kitchen of Whirling in Rags for just an all-around health violation. But yeah, I'm interested. I would not know where. There's saying, Kim being a cop who tells you not to harass drunk homeless people. Tsuragi, you are a contradiction. Definitely.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Do you promise we can sit on benches after we've solved the murder? You're not gonna go away.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Well, that kind of makes me wonder if there are other major instances in which he may go away. Alright, so it does for sure look like standing at specific fast travel locations. Lines it all up. Hey, there's chiming in to say, why would Santa not be drunk sleeping under a sewer pipe? He only gets one work day a year. You gotta find something to pass the time. Alright, bringing out a fast travel. Huh, apparently that's what happens when my thoughts get mildly scattered. I switch up the words to various things. Ooh! Wait a second. The individuals with the jackets. I've heard of you individuals with the jackets. You've split up to approach them both from a different angle? Wow.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, that's kind of exciting.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
Okay, but you're not a real skull now.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Well, guess who's here to deliver a cop's head to you? It's me, a cop. Hello.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
Well, you both seem very stylish. Can I interject or anything?
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality.
You know.
Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Okay, first of all, what is skulls? Second of all, I love how you deflect to Kim Kitsuragi's face by saying you were going to do it in Minecraft. You can say, who are you, or we don't have time for this. I don't know, what do we or don't we have time for after all?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
But the jacket suggests a kind of a labeling.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and on the contrary.
Well,
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
every corner I turn has another sort of I don't know, cry out of humanity, or another sort of what, gang? Are you a part of cool gangs? Are we saying, who are the skulls? Do you know anything about the murder that took place here? Do you know Cindy the Skull? Oh, I thought she was like way younger than these two, for some reason, and then just sort of adopted that. Okay. Look over at the chat for a second to say about expecting the jacket and liking the brutal motor carriage, and it's cute that Kim's protective of the rider, right? It's it's like there's not really any need to call it his, to put a little my in front of it, but just caring about things is a little endearing out here. We do know a skull, huh? Cindy. Okay, well, who are the skulls to begin with?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
Amnesia cop, it's a whole thing. You can say, I'm so glad you asked. Can I gain a copper type right now? We can say, of course I do, I'm just testing you. Well, I'm glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical.
Stop rhetoriking me.
The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
But
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
well, I already put one such carriage in the ditch with a high-speed chase, away from my own mental problems, but let's not do it to this one, I guess. Also, this one's been sitting here quite a while. Is no one else interested in jacking it?
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Why non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
Huh. Nice?
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
That sounds exaggerated to me, but then when Kim says it, I know that he's being serious.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
Bottom lighted, huh? It's easier to do with LEDs. I wonder how they do it here.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
There was a man hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags. It's nothing much. Nothing stinking it up.
Sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Are you doing a little fun anti-police thing by wasting our time? Am I going to detect a little bit of wasting our time? Of course, I did start this, so it's me wasting the time.
Also, he was hanged.
You can say anything else.
He was hanged from a tree.
That's amazing. Wow. You're really insightful. Who told you this?
Yeah, I mean, duh.
Whoa.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Good
Hey,
talk.
Stop right there. How does one know anything?
Now we're getting somewhere. What does that mean?
Fucking philosophy, man. You can do aggressive shit with philosophy. Justify shit.
Huh. I mean, I guess that is what we're going to be doing with the philosophies in this game, right? Picking a path and all.
Like murder, or wasting your life away.
Huh. Good insight. Empathy. We can say, do you know Cindy the Skull? I really thought it was just a fun little nickname.
Oh yeah. Cindy's a right proper skull.
His eyes glaze over and his voice is filled with longing. Okay, you've got admirers out here.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
Okay, you fandom.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
Wait. That's so oddly polite and heartfelt after the previous things.
Odd. There isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're piss and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation.
Moral education. Wait, what kind of upbringing has resulted in such a colorful character out here? And there's catching up on the chat, saying these guys are giant posers, even knowing who they are, and coming from Kim actually gives what they're talking about some weight, and saying, fucking philosophy man feels like a new version of Nanomachine Son. This game has so many quotes like that, honestly. I think someone's made a better list than me of... But the one that also comes to mind is like, I'm so fucking normal right now, which is not in the path that I'm on. But an equal and equivalent, that's the same thing twice, amount of energy comes from this path too.
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
We can say, who's Van Eyck, or why aren't there more skulls and martinets, or your rhetoric is confusing. I'm loving the vibe. Somebody quickly drop another banger sort of quote. But let's just ask about the artist.
Old man, it doesn't matter. You'll be long gone before his greatness is recognized.
So I'm detecting like political sort of driven sort of a thing. Do I pick up the communist magazine again to figure out who it is?
A young woman kneels on a sheet of ice, as if looking for something lost ages ago. She bends until her right ear touches the frozen water. She listens to it crack, slowly.
If you're right on the ice and it's cracking, it doesn't seem like a place you want to be. You can say, so you're saying I'm an old man? I guess you're right, I'm pretty old. Huh. I mean, I've tried to, like, veer toward truth in this playthrough and such. I'm pretty old.
Yep. Old as fuck.
Okay, I thought that I was going to have a little bit of a softer view of the world for some reason, if you just encounter things head on.
Yeah, man. It's like at death's door. No wonder you know nothing about the future. You won't be there.
I haven't met... I've met, like, a lot of similarly old people in this game, haven't I? And then just a select variety of colorful young people as well, huh? But then saying young people makes me out here feel older as well. We can say, why aren't there more skulls and martinets?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Huh. Just disorganized?
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Oh. Huh. Seeing them as more of an organized crime. I mean, I guess they did admit to trading drugs.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
You could say, your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the skulls or not? We found out almost all of it.
We're not franchise skulls.
Franchise?
Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But you've said this with such a happy little, smile.
Ah, you'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you.
This... If it weren't for Kim backing it up a second ago, I would have said this is so edgy. This is pure edge, 100%.
You don't feel very scared.
Thanks, Half-Light. Are you implying I might be in some sort of danger? Or are you sure a skull would say that? If I can only pick one, let's pick the second.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're only saying practice things for now, so we don't mean no harm to the Skulls brand, or to you.
The uncertainty in his voice just now.
This is definitely something the Skulls would say. But we're not trying to encroach on the Skulls branding anyway. On the contrary, we're just here to market it.
So is it capitalist or anti-capitalist? You say you're just pretending to be as nasty and vicious as the Skulls? Good for that one.
Hey, we could be just as hard. Like pavement on top of pavement, or a brick on top of another brick.
I suddenly don't feel so bad for failing the poetry checks.
Or a grave on top of a grave.
Give me your jacket. But okay, we can say, why are there more in Martin? Is enough of the scullery?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, what's with the jackets?
What about them?
We can say, why does your jacket have an incredibly censored sort of thing written on it, and why the other one? Let's start with the one, I guess.
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
I misread that as he was saying as I do like to piss. This... elaborate. Elaborate. Where are we?
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences.
Even as someone who has made a little bit of art like that, I personally have trouble like sussing all that out myself.
Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye.
I guess it
and
does.
Since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
We can say what, or we can say it makes sense. I'm gonna say it makes sense in a way that I have an idea of what you're trying to get at, but I don't know if it is all being conveyed as much as you would say it's being conveyed. Let's say it makes sense.
What I mean by this is we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
That was very illuminating. We can say, why do you have fuck the world written on your jacket? I glance back over at the chat to say, pavement on top of pavement, a brick on top of a brick. They've got layers like an ogre. Yeah. That was incredibly layered. The more I know about this game, the less I know about this game. I hear that it's got more words than many of the novels out there. And surprisingly, all of it is voice acted, is one extremely shallow way to say a bit of a summary about it. And then I ask about the world jacket, right? And
like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching.
that seems like it resonates with Harry, kind of.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
I was just thinking about blowing up a lake, because I was in my environmental science class, and I need to ask about how many nukes can be used in a mining operation, because I suddenly became very curious about that. And things I've missed in the chat are unions keeping the city under their own influence, and these kids are being edgy. The gang is real, but these kids are not as threatening as they want to look. Right, like, when the conversation started out, like, just from seeing them from the back like this, I was like, whoa, there's a young man or something over here. But then as it went on, I was like, whoa, you just stopped being 13 yesterday? You are 14 now. You are 14 right now. And there's Comanche's talking about Shiver's spoils characters that you can actually talk to. A young woman trying to discover the future of music and ice. And empathy picking up on the same thing you did. The affection for Cindy was genuine through all the posturing that they do. Nice. And gosh, I've missed 1,000,001 things. And the kids are failing all the checks. What? And quick, fuck the world, this one on me. No. I'm going to lose my mind. We are all pissed. Demon quack. Yeah, there is a little bit of censorship going on there. Staying hydrated. Can't piss while dehydrated. The words that go together. It's completely logical, isn't it? It's completely logical reasons to stay hydrated. We can say blow up the lake, or that's a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And For time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly. One must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
That's more philosophical and less derogatory toward the world itself than I previously thought.
Because when one fucks everything,
Okay.
he fucks nothing.
Okay.
And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
That is sort of implied to be a possibility that happens with the supernatural element of the Pale that no one will tell me about in this game because I still haven't figured out how to pass that check. Wrinkling packaging, because I had these gummies next to me, and I was like, hey, I could be having a snack. I could be trying a snack.
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Okay, so wait, I needed this stat because I had heard that stealing the jackets was a possibility. Not that it's a good use of authority or anything like that. But, we could say, hey Kim, in a low tone.
Yes?
Do you think it's a coincidence, or what do you think about their jackets? I don't know, let's start out with, do you think it's a coincidence? Let's ease into this, much like waking up in the morning and starting a conversation by sniffing you.
What is?
There's 2 of us, and 2 of these jackets. This is not how you would interact with clothing normally. But it is very video game, but it is weird to acknowledge it.
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear? We can say, you know what I'm implying, we should get these jackets. Also, I would hope that he knows that it's not supposed to be a hate crime. God, no, that's not ever a good way to start a sentence. After he just, came out to us within this hour or something. Which one would you wear? You know what I'm implying, or we should get these jackets. If I can only choose one, blunt force.
For what?
What do people do with jackets? They wear them.
The concept of getting dressed is familiar to me, but wearing jackets like these isn't appropriate for an RCM officer, unless he's deep undercover.
Okay, then I'm asking, would you want to go undercover with me sometime in these jackets that are currently not ours? But in theory, Kim, if we were to confiscate the jackets, which one would you wear? Unhinged. And also, we're having this conversation and the 2 kids are between us. Which one would you wear?
Neither.
It's a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the 2 statements.
And you did just hear the full explanation for both of those, didn't you? We can say, no way, if anything, that's me in this scenario. Or that works. I feel like I'm more of a fuck the world kind of a guy. I did literally hear the description of that one and be like, whoa, I'm kind of picking up on notes of Harry Dubois in here.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
There's been a lot of it, hasn't there?
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Did you not pick up on the whispers? We could ask for it's half-light. I think that do I have any clothing that ups that? It's a red check. How badly do I want the jacket? We could say talking with you has definitely been something. It's giving, decent odds, but I am afraid continually of the red checks. I don't think I have... Okay, yes. I do have something that ups half-light. Nothing else, though, right? Perception, the logic, the visual calculus, the spirit minus to half-light. Alright, then I guess I would check if I'm currently wearing anything that also takes away from that. And also, I think, even if I have any points, great sound in the air, I'm not really willing to put any more into Half-Light, I think. As you're saying, the sensor sounds like one of those toy vacuum cleaners with the ping pong balls for toddlers, but the toddler is in hell. There is a distinct undertone of a vague toddler in hell somewhere. No, that's terrible. Okay, I kind of want the jacket more than I want any other thing. But also, when Half-Light is stronger, he is always saying
that ride is fucking lightning.
Mean things.
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
So I'm going to intimidate you. I would go for a 72. That's nice and impermanent. It could still fail, of course. I may barf. I may barf if it fails.
These guys aren't scary.
I shouldn't have.
You're not scary.
That was so high. Excuse me.
It's either begging or or both. Just ask them, maybe.
Legendary failure. Wait a damn second. Wait, my total was 19, and legendary was 14 at the... Wait, excuse me, the math is not mathing. Okay, I promise not to vomit now because I'm being steeled due to it. We're still going to see a failure. We're going to see how it plays out.
Why?
We can say, look at the shit I'm wearing.
Yeah, like you said, total shit. What about it?
There's sympathy, there's actual sympathy, but no, the entire dialogue tree and we're here to fail. We can say, it's not shit, it's disco. I took off a lot of the disco. We can say I'm wearing horrible clothes to catch horrible people, it's depressing. Does that appeal to any kind of line of thought? To me it does. To me there's logic.
The lieutenant looks down at his bomber jacket and shrugs, obviously content with his uniform.
Well, we're in it now. We can say, fuck it, I don't deserve a cool jacket, I suck. Well, we did fail. I'm trying to boost your confidence after you've hit rock bottom, Harry Dubois. But the dice,
Fine. Fuck it.
Huh?
Here. Take it.
Wait, what?
I can't handle this sad shit.
Wait, what? Did I fail or did I not fail? What was that?
It's true. He simply can't. It's called empathy.
Well, can I give you a jacket? I am swimming in jackets. That would feel better to me. I feel this way about all gifts.
Wow. I did not see that.
Huh?
You better wear that jacket with pride.
I mean, that's what we're heading towards, right? He discovers he's bisexual. Pride. But what?
Fuck that. You're not getting mine. My dad's a lawyer in La Delta. He'll have your badge.
So, was the failure for one half of this? I'm baffled.
No, you won't.
Okay.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
Okay. You can say, wait, world fucker, you got a rich dad. Yeah, we're finding things out about them. We can say, I know you said you're more of a fish kind of guy, but we only have one and I want it. Or, we don't need the other one. You said you're more of a guy and I got the jacket for you. You can't be saying this in front of the person who just pitied you. At the same time, you totally could. I want to start with Rich Dad.
No. He's like a volunteer lawyer. A total bitch. Cites law and does dishes.
Are you squirming your way out of class consciousness?
You know what, cop? Fuck you. That's not what this is about. You're not getting my jacket.
Fuck him. We don't need his rich dad jacket anyway.
And we could say we don't need the other one. You said you're more of this kind of guy, so I got the jacket for you. I'm really fascinated.
I'm not wearing that jacket.
I'm pretty sure that I read that that you mostly don't pass the check to convince him to do this. As fascinated as I am, we can say, why not? You could really raise hell, go undercover, hard, but don't you want to express your individuality? Yeah, I don't think I'm getting him in this jacket. But you could be undercover, me and you.
I don't think this case requires us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jacket will be useful at all.
Alright. I'm completely fascinated what sequence of events possibly leads to, I don't know, dressing him up. But, we have it, though. We have a jacket.
The need will not arise.
If the need arises.
Look at this cute shit. How can we become skulls if you go around fraternizing with cops? Let's get the fuck out of here before anyone sees us.
Okay, fascinating.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's all.
You were so completely wanting to be a gang member, except for that. Okay, take a minute to see what I've missed in the chat. It's been fascinating things out here. 2 people would present with 2 jackets indeed. One is all and one is another one. We wanted the bladder of the world amongst the void. Getting poetic with it, were we? And talking about the jackets are pretty cool. As a wise man once said, if it's not 100%, it's 50%. Unless it's focus blast, then it's more like 10%. This is several percents. This is several math out here. Just like the dice were doing to me. And saying Kim knows how good he looks in it. And saying my jacket, it has no holes, not even the moths want it. We are finding a remarkable amount of jackets in here. Failing only gets you one of the jackets. Okay, I'm fascinated out here. And why does this keep zooming out also? There's King Hijing saying, I love the idea of Harry wearing the Bisbee jacket after discovering his bisexuality and coming out. Oh, nice. He should wear that jacket with pride. Sharing the jacket, wearing it at the same time. That's the kind of intimacy that we've opened up a Disco Elysium for. It's like, get a long shirt. Yeah. There's cuteness and snuggling up in the jacket and asserting the dominance by wearing all your jackets at once. I guess that makes me want to just like take a moment to like look at the jackets. We've got a super military jacket, sort of a disco jacket, a sort of a other military jacket. Just the absolute variety of these things. How did I get so many police themed jackets? Huh. +1 to drama, -1 to authority. I mean, we did just get it. I mean, and then, okay, you're also wearing it with a mesh shirt underneath, but some very sensible pants. Some pants so sensible they make you think of centrism.
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by, wondering to themselves.
Wondering what?
Where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie? Is
Badasserie?
it dangerous?
I've said badasserie in my head so many times because it just seems to apply to things. Okay, what are we thinking? We're thinking, damn right I'm dangerous. I'm a danger to myself. What am I doing? This is insane. I don't know. A little self-confidence, why not?
You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and cool. In fact, no one dares to say a single thing about the jacket. But believe me, they are all very impressed.
Well, this introduction makes me a little bit afraid of who does dare to say something about it. Well, we are, in fact, as you said, asserting dominance after all, but I guess with just one jacket.
A set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I believe after donning a jacket that you've simply kind of stolen, it's even censored in a smeared way on the back, huh? We can pick up the radio to report a corpse, to report a dead corpse, to report a dead man, dead corpse.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment.
And is that it?
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Okay, I really do wonder if at this junction, if I had, I don't know, found this mission like I did in the little alternate choice playthrough, I wonder if there would be more information at this specific point. But it's an unidentified middle-aged man. He slipped and fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head against a metal bench. Nasty way to go.
The man was about 173 centimeters tall.
Detailed.
Stout, with dark hair and a mustache. We suspect he might have been inebriated when he slipped. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
We can say it seems like an accident, or there might be a sequence killer on the loose. No, let's back up what Kim said. An accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
I suppose.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
Just like that, reduced to paperwork out here. I'm giving myself the most tonal whiplash possible by choosing this one after the other.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket, but not as cool as mine, but not that that's relevant. And there's a bright blue lining and a library card in his pocket.
Any information on the library card?
Oh right, we forgot to examine it.
You can hear her sigh audibly on the other side.
Okay, the failures in here, that they don't always feel like they're because of what's happening as a player. Sometimes, though. Sometimes, yes.
So unprofessional of you. Pity.
I don't need to exclaim such a thing. Pity. Yes. But we go on.
Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
That's it, just taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue.
I wonder if we'll see them.
That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Haha. Okay, library card. Bit of a note. Guess that's it. Is there more at the 41st, I wonder? Huh. And a little brief check at the chat. Talking about wondering how cool and gay this man is, and appreciating how they censor the actual slurs. Definitely. And who is gonna return his books now? I found the other half of his family in the only other save of this that I've done. A strange tragedy of knowing something that the characters don't. But yeah, let's look at things more when picking them up.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
And we're out of there. Because I wanted to figure out in this glorious jacket, okay, not only how to get the tie that purportedly, I believe, talks to us, but also, is this the route to... Oh, you're still here. Oh, the dear little, smoker friend taking a position against the wall.
No, something about this bunch doesn't smell right.
This bunch? Aren't they Everart's guys?
They are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they?
Oh, why would they? Is this like a new thing from putting a point in rhetoric?
No, they don't. Glenn seems to
Okay.
be contemplating grievous bodily harm while he massages his raw knuckles. In the far back, Eugene is doing his best to ignore you.
Getting the lowdown on them. But they did reveal a surprising amount for people not eager to talk to us. And you're shooting us furtive glances and mumbling uneasily to yourself.
And from his perch at the end of the table, Titus Hardy himself stares at you with a cold contempt that makes you want to leave the cafeteria straight away.
So, you were experiencing that before, but now with some rhetoric, you're aware of it?
Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats.
Wait a second, is this from internalizing the return of communism? So we're still looking for comrades, though. Looking for comrades, but... Okay, so... Huh. So, that's how I would... be aware of it, be alert of it.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
I don't think I clicked on you on purpose. We could talk about the hangman again. I did see something orange over here.
Why not? Let's do the old thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time.
Yeah, well, the man is hanged.
So, do you know who hanged him?
Yeah, we could say, why am I telling you this or not yet?
I don't know. Why are you?
It's the amnesia.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it?
No, I fully...
The man doesn't reply.
Okay.
He's...
I fully accidentally clicked on you. Saying, I'd say this game is about communism, but the fact that it's about the capitalist dream of owning a great many jackets. You know, it's not the most sharing thing you could do. Am I seeing into this room a little bit now? I mean, since I'm out here, I would want to check your own door first, right? They're not, leasing it out, I suppose. Oh, it does open in the mornings. Can I please get a time? Hello, welcome to
this
my room.
This fan has two chain pull
Here's
switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
And now we can grab it, right?
Oh no, it's happening again. You didn't catch it and now there's a numbness in half your chest.
97%? What is happening? So like, I'm assuming that in other playthroughs where you get the tie, it's pretty cool and good, but then in this playthrough, I should ideally take him to a doctor, one that cares. 97%, how? Okay.
You can take this. It's not nearly as bad as the last time.
Is this your first time seeing someone fail a 97%? It felt certain. I was walking in here like, yippee, woohoo, time to get a tie. I've gotten so many articles of clothing. I'm pretty sure it's not that the inventory is full. What have I done, Harry, to make you so unhealthy? I wanted to help, but it was taking a single drink of liquor, wasn't it? I am sorry. I am so sorry. Let's press our hands to our chest.
This isn't a real heart attack. You should probably just exercise more.
This is so ridiculous that I actually would put another point into this thing, even though I don't really know. Cool. So I'm not going to put another point into this thing. Baffled, baffed, old. Okay. Saying if it's not 100%, it's 50% accurate. I'm getting the sense that could be a quote.
The door is closed.
And whoever has first said that did not know that it would reach me in this time. It's resonating with me in some kind of a way. We're knocking on a door. We're practicing a jacket percent run.
Who is it?
Hello, ma'am. We've been on a lot of hijinks, but we're going to interview you about really serious things. Actually, do I want to be in a better outfit for this? I mean, it's an incredibly stylish outfit, but maybe we should look like a trustworthy professional because of how serious this is about to be.
Tired. Controlled.
Oh dear.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Emergency.
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Caught you at a good time, did we?
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up.
Perception. You don't normally give me a little bit of a creep, but there we go. This kind of thing. I don't think this game ever gives you 100%. I'm I'm still sat here completely baffled. The shock. Well, this is a nice kind of a little room. It feels more customized than I would have thought. And maybe it's the 98% that actually means 100, but that was wild. I'm feeling wilded. And I guess I'm feeling snoopable. So does it let me close doors? It does let me close doors. Does it let me look at papers? Hotel bill calculations for an extended stay. And some dirty clothes. Alright, out of I have to at least get out of the mesh shirt and the bow tie. I don't know. What's the best for a serious investigation? Maybe something that ups empathy? So this is -2 authority and +2 drama. This is +2 drama. Pretty good. I have a lot of things on for drama right now. I didn't really realize how much it had racked up. I think I want to dull your fight or flight. Take that off. We have a +2 to authority with that, but we are counteracting it with the glasses. Okay, you can have more rhetoric and less empathy. You can have a disco-ass blazer. You can have more suggestion, more logic, plus to shivers. I have liked shivers a lot. Or visual calculus? You know, I think I'll go for composure in your disco shoes, and I've been shivering around. The outfit still looks a little bit like some kind of a violation, let's call it. Some kind of I don't think that I improved my seriousness in this interview as much as I intended to, but that's certainly a little different. Okay, and then is this just simply bathrooms? The room reminds you of your own? Well, at least there's not a gap to the outside, right? There's stairs and there's back here a regular bathroom, a yard with no more corpse in it. Am I looking through
This
medicine
medicine cabinet
cabinets?
is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
How precarious. How about the
It's
toothbrush?
been used quite a lot.
We could gift a new toothbrush if your inventory were clean. I don't believe that it is. That is my bad.
This toothbrush belongs to someone who doesn't give a damn about her teeth.
Insightful. How about the medications?
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
Blood thinners, huh? They're simpler than you'd think. There's quite a collection here, you could say.
Anything of note?
You could search
Pill
it.
bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
Do we know what that is? What is it?
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
No overdosing around here, right? You can search the pill sheets.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
We apparently have a little know-how. But we're just finding it, right? We're not popping it instantly if I click on this.
A bright orange bottle
A3s.
with peptide stamp
Things that I
in
pass.
sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
We can ask what's so exciting about it.
It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
We can say I see a brand called this. We're so clean. We're so clean.
Peptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
So this world's opioid epidemic, if that's the right word, extends to prescriptions, huh?
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
Nice. It lowers when you tell Kim about it. Well, we're really clean. You can take it in plain sight also. Let's get out of there. So fresh and so clean, you wouldn't even believe how clean you are right now. And you're going right up to the roof. There's... Ooh. An extra little bit of a bed. Wow. This is like former apartment kind of things, right? Because I don't think I've ever seen a... Is your bow tie on too tight? I don't think I've ever seen a hotel room laid out quite like this. Oh, you made the bed real quick. Huh. And things that I catch up on in the chat. Being how this apartment is really nice, and she didn't get really drunk and destroy, not like Superstar Harry. Wow, I misclicked for a second there. Blunk. And you can identify the cigarette brand in the air, huh? Guess so. Things in the chat. Getting an appropriate outfit for this conversation is a good mood. The one... okay, old messages. The one that I settled on, I'm not sure about still. And it was incredible how helpful electrochemistry got. What to inspect around here. Alternate ways out of the roof, and is that cold coffee in an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog, huh? Nothing to do around here but smoke like a chimney, huh? Alright, we finally made it. Hello.
Welcome to the roof.
Miss Orania Disco Dancer. Yeah, what's up? I wanted to be more serious, but also, keeping a little bit of dramaticism felt a little bit right. Hi.
Her hair is still slick from the shower.
In the snow, you're gonna catch a cold.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
Jumpsuit, huh?
Then toned over several years of self-defense training.
Whoa.
You can sense it in the sharp pointing of her elbows.
Years of self-defense training, huh? It's been a hard life, hasn't it?
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
From the sound of things, I may have scared her off. We can say, nice view you've got there. Is there a cleaning lady? Oh, to proceed politely. I mean, it's okay to say something about the view, right?
It's much nicer now.
Oh, right, yeah. I helped take away the corpse.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
It was up for a while, wasn't it?
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of that man.
So, there's... You mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I need one. Just proceeding. I wasn't hallucinating the option to proceed politely earlier, right? Well, I think I need one.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Well, that is how the beginning monologue at the start of the game felt. We can say it has. Disco Infernum. Or you know not of which you speak, or there are vortices of dark energy present, but not to hell. To another place, a third place, much different from our world. Can anybody tell me about the Pale ever? I can't just see Disco Infernum there and not say it. Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the Infernum.
Sorry about your room, by proxy then.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Hello.
Have I ever? This is the one and only superstar cop. He's kind of a big deal around here.
You hear that, Kim? I am a huge deal around here. Or this is part of the thing I told you about. Or Martinez is very lucky. Only 1 in 1,000 cops wakes up as the superstar cop. None of it quite hits the way you might want it to. 1 in 1,000, why not?
Wow. What brings the Phoenix back to me?
Well, it's just what you predicted. Just what you said would happen. The investigation.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
That's a real stern way of putting it. Somehow I thought we were going to handle it like really delicately. But I guess a little bit of authority is needed to get somewhere.
Huh. I see.
And what's up?
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
I have no idea if I've put on your right little funny little outfit for this. But here we go.
No need to dilly-dally. She's tough.
Okay, 2 competing things. We can say I'll go straight to it, don't want to sound like a namby-pamby, or thanks coach, but I think I'll dilly-dally this time. I don't know, being kind of sensitive, got somewhere before. I do think she's tough, genuinely, but I don't think I should be the one to force her to be tough. Let's dilly-dally.
You sound like a namby-pamby.
Thanks for the all caps affirmations, physical instrument. What's your name, miss, for the record? Nice room you've got there. Or they tell us you've been through something difficult. Or I've noticed your room is close to mine. I have a personal question. I don't like how that one's phrased. I don't like how that one starts out with the previous things that you may have said. What's your name?
Klaasje Amandu.
Klaasje. Alright. Where are you from? How old are you? What do you do?
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
We can ask, what is Oranje? Well, she does know. She is the first person who knows that we lost our memory. What is it? Where is France? Is Canada real?
A bad memory, officer.
Bad memory of what? Or understood, miss? Yeah, understood.
It's the past. People can't go back to the past.
And how old are you?
I'm 28.
Well, what do you do?
Something stupid.
I mean, it seems to be a life of sorts.
Wanna hear what's stupid? Somewhere in a 1-room apartment on Boogie Street, a young man shows Patrol Officer Tilbrook his genital warts, asking if they're cancer.
Why did I think that was going to be related to what's going on? Yeah, I guess if I wanted to hear what's stupid, where are we going with this?
Emil Mullins can't be there. He's in another apartment with another man who's showing him a dead dog under the radiator. It's dead, Mullins says. No, the man replies. I touched him. He's warm.
Okay.
He's warm, Mullins replies, because he's under the radiator.
And there's talk of saying you're a cop, or what's that? And it never is. The change of scenes had me a little bit disoriented for a second, but it never is going back to. It never interacts with what you've seen through spirit decor. But well, we are asking the disco dancer if she's a cop. I mean, it seems a little funny. Yeah, that breaks some ice, right? Finger guns. You're a cop?
No. More stupid. Oranje's lit.
And what's that mean?
Guarani's literature. It's what I studied at the university.
Okay. I mean, if it hasn't served you well, I guess there's reason to think it might be stupid. What's it about?
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Guaranese. All national literatures are. Only the name of the nation changes.
I feel like I've heard similar things about Russian literature.
If that's true, then Revacholian Lit would fit you like a glove.
I mean, hey, we've got a good selection of gloves. What's one more? What do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
You could say, how do you make money then? Money is very important, and we show her some money to know how it's important. I'm so curious where and what this thought comes from, but also it's kind of silly and I'm clicking it.
Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Guarani's lit.
Being what?
Many things. A roller skating instructor,
Takes
a
skill.
secretary, Miss Guarani 37.
Huh. I mean, it sounds like you've done a lot in your life already.
It's the world's most tired smile.
Alright.
Miss Aranye, now there is something you should linger on.
Electrochemistry, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. We can say, wouldn't it be inappropriate to linger? Or what is that? Can we explore our own thought for a second?
All things considered, very. Now linger.
Jesus, electrochemistry, we're concluding.
Mm-hmm. I would offer you coffee, but it's garbage. Literally tastes like poison.
And we could ask to look at your passport.
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Okay.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast.
Okay,
along
that was
with
prompt.
cash and airline tickets.
And you'll get to it?
Thank you for your candor. Why?
Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
And buried? Wait, actually buried is safer than under the mattress or in this little vent, or that's more elaborate than I thought. We can say, how do I know you've told us your real name? Or I have the legal right to demand your passport. I don't want to miss good clues, but I don't want to push too much. How about the real name? How do I know?
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Klaasje Mondu. It's a weird name.
Well, I am fresh and new to this entire world, so it sounded regular to me.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
The way that drama talks to us, I still love it. We can say, I have the legal right to demand your passport. Maybe it's not pushing too much to have this kind of tone.
Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents.
Well, that's pretty wise, but then why are you still here?
I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom.
Alright, that's pretty detailed.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements.
Even keeled and tired. I guess I'll take a moment to see what I've missed over in the chat. Saying a little most funny thing in there, and talking about electrochemistry chiming in at wrong moments, and King Hijinks getting the feeling that she's had a hard life and has needed that self-defense training, right? More useful than one might anticipate. And talking to someone about something as serious as this is hard and requires tact. I've gone through so many dialogue options now, and I don't even know if I've had like the maximum amount of tact, but surprisingly, like according to Physical Instruments assessment of it, she is pretty tough. We can say it was a really stupid story. And that was a really prepared answer for where her idea is. And Harry himself is new to this world and doesn't know what names sound weird. Indeed. Well, I guess that has been it for the record.
The record. So official.
It's way more official than introducing myself as, am I a cop? I'm a cop? What? We can say, nice room you've got here. Is that casual? Or your room is close to mine. I have a personal question. I don't like the vibes from that one. So I think we would just go with nice room, maybe?
Yeah. It's pretty deluxe.
It does go right up to the roof.
No one likes to talk about their dirty laundry and their empty bottles. Maybe if you phrase it emotionally.
Hello, someone chiming in Cyrillic letters. I wish I could read. I am illiterate. There's talk of, what are you doing here in the whirling in rags? We can find it out.
I'm wintering.
It doesn't seem like the climate where people usually winter.
How long have you been staying here?
Weeks, months.
About 4 months.
Whoa.
I came in November.
And it's been a cold as hell winter, hasn't it? Why here?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
We could ask any of these. Martinez is one. Yeah, I guess I feel like 2 would give the most answers.
I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go.
Yeah, you came to the right place. Or you're too young to call yourself a disco has-been. Or no, this is Sassy Town. It's where the future of dance lies. Okay, do I only get one? Can I say you came to the right place?
She looks at you and nods.
But it's exhaustive. It's the implications for repeating something are terrible to me in this situation, but also I was really attached to Sassy Town.
I'm wondering.
I was really
about 4 months.
Attached
here in the Whirling.
To
I heard this is where
Sassy Town.
If you say so, officer. If
it
you
was,
say so.
It was basically nothing. We could say, hate to say it, but you've got sad all over the place. Or you have quite the collection of prescription drugs down there. Ooh, that's some cop talk. Well, they're sad?
Yeah. I've contaminated it pretty bad.
Well, it sounds like this is casual banter. Is that why you're out here?
The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The sad got that too. Then I found the handle for the summer door.
And you're out. What's the nature of this contamination? You're phrasing that in such a professional manner.
For me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning services. How about you?
I've really done this to you, haven't I? I'm so sorry.
Talk around the establishment is, you have an industrial sad spill in there.
Yeah. I think maybe he hasn't shit in 4 days. I think maybe the toilet is clogged and broken and is not getting unbroken. We can say it's alcoholism.
Cool. I think I'm developing a pinch of that too. It hasn't done wonders to my taste in interior decoration.
Oh dear. Oh dear. And we can comment on the prescription drugs. Might as well, I guess.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
With no hint of irony. Alright.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
Reprimand her for something legal?
No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
I love when your little brain voices fight with each other, Harry. We can say narcomania is nothing to be proud of, or it's quite impressive. How'd you get it? I guess, since you brought it up.
With money, sir. It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
The collection includes Necra, an opioid antagonist, or you have peptide. Oh, right, this one was for recovering from things, right? I guess I would ask about it.
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Yeah.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Well, that was a real calm and even tone.
Better safe than sorry.
Then I don't think it'll actually go anywhere to comment on the peptide.
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
Like what? Since its speed was the ailment not being fast enough?
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours.
There we go.
Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
I guess so then.
Very funky.
And why do I get the sense that every minute we're up here talking to her, she just gets more tired, but also there's not a rock bottom to hit with tiredness.
Okay.
Or else she would have hit it already. Whoa, some real smoker noises. Right up in there.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
And you could ask about the room again, or they tell us you've been through something difficult. You've been through something difficult.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean?
And I have the option to phrase it, were you sexually assaulted, miss, or have you been raped? One of those is more blunt than the other. I'm not sure about the clinicality of it. Completely unsure. I guess I'd go for the top one.
By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
I considered phrasing it like that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
Can I go away and bring you some food about it? I don't know how to have conversations, actually.
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
We can say it's not that early. And you can say, what does that mean? Were you? I mean, I feel like one of those is like pushing a lot. Is there really any need to? We could say it's not that early.
She looks around. The sun has risen over the sea. People are rushing to work below.
It's hypocrisy for me to say that, though, because, I don't know, 9:30 feels early to me.
It is. It's murderously early.
Yeah.
I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am I even awake?
I'm really curious if this dialogue changes at different times of day. So were you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
Interesting. How would you say it?
By him, she must mean the victim.
Since he's dead? You don't want to speak ill of the dead, but you should speak true of the dead.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
I don't quite know what that means, ma'am.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Oh, bit of a cover-up?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Well, if that's cut and dry, exactly the facts of the situation, that's a really nasty thing to ask of someone who's just... of anyone. We can say, Titus asked you to spice things up for us. And what happened? Take a moment to look at the chat. She's being very careful with her travel documents. Where do people go when they have nowhere else to go? Definitely. Tried to be so casual about this. And rooms. And King Haiju saying authority always wants you to be a cop about everything. Stuff doesn't need to be illegal for a cop to harass you about it. That's what they like to do. I hate you. I've seen people's phone recordings of situations exactly like that so recently, and even with the visual evidence, a little attempt at grasping for logic still slips into my brain like that. so easy to forget, apparently, that even when you want the world to run on some sort of logic, it just doesn't. And Titus asked you to spice things up for us, I guess we could say.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's the most blunt anyone's been with us about this, I feel like.
Warming them.
Warming your hand.
She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
We can ask, are you sure you weren't raped? Oh dear.
I'm 89% sure.
That's more of a sureness, less of a sureness than people get. I mean, yeah, I'll phrase it the way I'm most curious about. Does that mean you're 11% not sure?
You know how it is.
I don't know how it is.
Do you?
We can ask, how is it then?
Maybe you don't know.
That's all there is to it, I guess.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
A jumpsuit, huh?
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
We can say okay then, or just out of nowhere say no one deserves to be raped. That's not what she said. That's you would be the one bringing up deserving. We can say sexual assault is a serious matter. I need a serious statement from you. It sounds like something happened and you don't want to acknowledge it. Yeah, that's kind of my instinct. There shouldn't be an 11%.
Let me make this 100% clear then,
All
officer.
right.
I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be as flippant if I had been?
I mean, everyone reacts differently. We can say what did happen between you and the victim.
We partied.
Alright, and you can say, partied, where have I heard that before? Or like a birthday party, or what kind of partying, the kind I do. That's kind of personal on the ground, on digging your hands into it. Yeah, the kind I do, how about that?
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
Wow. You can say, no one parties harder than me. Harder than this? I didn't know it was physically possible. Why not, joke a little bit about it? Commenting on an 11 p.m. stream. Here we are at a late hour of night, you know? Harder than this?
Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What does that imply about his death? Surely they wouldn't go through all of this cover-up just to make him not look like a drug overdose? Tell me what's happening.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
It sounds like you were friends at the very least.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
And we can ask you were lovers, were feelings involved. Can I ask more than one of these? We can say you were lovers.
I guess you can say that, yes. A bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
How did you two meet?
Well,
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
well, it sounds like it's kind of affectionate.
She appears
Really
aloof,
affectionate.
but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension?
What is it about indeed?
With longing. She misses him.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
Oh. So there for a few weeks, I do want to go back down the dialogue tree. Is that what? Okay, a little repetitive, but it was probably answered enough.
We partied.
It was probably answered enough. We can say more. Partied, where have I heard that before?
A lot of partying going on.
I guess
From
so.
Titus. About
With all due respect. Oh, it is.
What did you do?
We drank.
What else?
And
Stimulants.
I wanted to ask if feelings
Speed
were
also
involved.
has that effect. A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
Wow.
How did you two meet?
All right.
Downstairs. At the bar.
Okay.
she appears aloof, with longing.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
Hey. Finding out more and more about this, and there's, I don't know, so like more on the military mercenary side of things. It seems that end is definitively monstrous, right? I mean, you first get to know that dead man as only a victim, just somebody strung up there, and then you start to find out that maybe he's done something, and now he's someone definitively missed. Oh, what have I missed in the chat for a moment? Talking about mourning and 89%. I think especially for women, when dealing with men, it can be complicated. Yeah, just one little bit of doubt. I guess now, after hearing more of the story and then considering the percents, then I guess the 11% would come from, hey, they were on a lot of drugs. And there's that much doubt precisely. And it's because sometimes people can be pressured into things they aren't comfortable with, right? I wonder, and then I doubt that they have somehow in this universe, I doubt that they have the same discourse around consent that we have out here. And then there's, they had an actual relationship. Knowing how awful this guy was makes her relationship with him kind of weird, especially how fond of him she seems. Right? It's that thing about finding out a different aspect of someone again, a different facet of someone again. Just again with the mercenaries, just I guess what the most multifaceted character examples in here, or turnabout characters so far, have been Miss Lawyer down there, Lizzie Elizabeth, being introduced to one face of her undercover as a gardener, and then seeing her colder side, and then the mercenary disguised as a protester. I thought he was having hot boy summer in the winter. I thought he just chose to wear tight clothes because anyone can. No, that's not it. Different sides of a person. We can say it must have been hard for you seeing him there. The contrast is rattling around in my head.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
Well, he's showed up in my dreams too, but not in the same capacity whatsoever. So,
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
Okay.
He takes a small step closer.
It just gets increasingly more disgusting that the Union guys asked her to say she was raped.
You called us, the RCM.
It's you?
Yes.
Reporting the hanging, that was you?
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
You didn't want him dead? Why and where and who and why is he dead? I thought I was closer to answers, and all that I've uncovered is how incredibly far away we are.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Completely confidential, and hopefully the sound isn't carrying through these vents off this roof. We can say, before we go on, if it's snitching, then why do it? Or the caller's voice was disguised. Can I say both?
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
Well, and then if you say anything that she had an actual relationship with him to them, would they suspect that she made that call?
Tearing off his armor, demeaning him, throwing rocks at him.
The caller's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
But how?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
Well, that's a little skillful.
Which landline?
The one downstairs, officer. I used the whirling landline.
And why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
That really makes me wonder if they already know that she called.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
And, someone's got to come and take it away.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
Oh, a little bit of a tremble in her voice. What about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his, I don't know, hair.
Alright. The voice acting.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
It's strangely cold and clinical that the next thing in my brain says, but like what exact time? Oh, there's grief involved here.
She meant she sees him in her dreams.
We can say I've also seen him in a dream. I get the distinct feeling that wouldn't help to say, but also it takes the heat off of her.
You have? Not like I do, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be a little bit closer, a little more intimate.
She sees them in each other's arms.
Yeah. We can see you're in each other's arms, or I see him as me, or better conclude this part of our talk. Okay, well now both of these dialogue options are a little complicated and a little bit messy and a little bit... I don't know. The second one is a little bit freaky. The first one is a little bit prying. But we're freaking. We're freaking.
She fishes a cigarette out of her pack and lights it, then looks at you with her lungs full of smoke.
I can see the similarity, yes.
Oh dear.
Funny.
Is it? I don't know.
Funny how?
That's what I'm asking.
Nothing. I also saw him. We had a long inspection and that sort of thing sticks with you. Let's move on.
Is it just a simple remark that he visually reminded you of the corpse? Oh dear. What did they hang him for if not the rape? All of this happening, and I want to look over at the chat for a moment, saying I think this game really captures how complicated people can be, very multi-sided and sometimes contradictory. Somebody can mean something different to many different people. Definitely. A little bit of mystery solved, and she's right to be low-key about things. And the corpse has spoken to us directly. As much of a weird reflection of our own psyche as that is. What they hang him for?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
I mean, I wish.
And his role in this strike was what?
To bust it?
I think he was in
Bustin'?
the security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
She feels like a neutral kind of party in all of the roiling politics that are around here. But it seems, I don't know, just as difficult.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Simple as that, huh? We can say, wow, was there a bullet in his head?
Bullet? They shot him too?
You didn't know? Oh no.
I'm not picking up on any theatrecraft here, sir. The pause is sincere.
Thanks, drama.
They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
Okay, this is terrible. Why did Titus give us the hint to talk to her? This doesn't make any sense. Unless he actually thinks, actually believes, wants to believe that she was raped. We can say.
You mean after they hanged him?
After?
I'm confused, sorry.
Yeah, we don't know the order of operations either.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
It doesn't sound like it.
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
What did they tell Sylvie?
It's hard to know what to think about that answer.
I failed logic in some manner.
She's just tired. Don't push her too much.
Oh no. Yeah, you're right. There is a lot of mystery around this bullet. We can say, how do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now.
How'd you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
And we can ask if you partied.
A little, yeah.
Oh dear.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
Sounds like you were closer to one than the others.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
And we can say which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Long, and I guess that's how it feels when there's a lot of drugs involved. I look over at the chat to see Kai saying, tried to draw a Ranma, and it did not go well, so you're gonna study 3D shapes. The Loomis head breakdown for sure. I don't know how audible that is if I'm like in the background of things. And there's
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
a bit of jealousy. Okay, wait, King Jinx, you did show me like the little clip, I think, where Harry like gets stuck in a loop of repeating cock carousel. I am sensing it plummeting toward that sort of conclusion. We could say, could that be why they lynched him? Jealousy? I guess you might as well ask.
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea.
Because they hate him that badly and can't really conceive of someone they like being with him on purpose.
Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs.
Then thank you for telling us all of this.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
We can say I had something else before we go, a little thing, but the main thing that I remember around here was that he had a personal note. Oh my god. Ooh. I mean, how do I think maybe I don't want to know. I think maybe I don't want to know. There's some things I don't want to know here. Let's go. Huh. Hello, Kim.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
Will this make them cooperate, though?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Then why did she tell us all of that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
Wow. They're saying I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
We can say she seems candid or something is off here. But not about her necessarily. She seems candid.
You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit.
Okay.
She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough.
Okay. Well, I guess now, even if you did say your personal bit, what do you mean there's wildflowers?
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
They're just taking the poor odds or discarding a chance. Alright, dice.
The wind brushes them off the roof. They're gone.
Everything in yellow is maddening me. I usually like that color so much. So we talk to Titus and look back over here and I'm in pain. I'm in pain about the flowers. I'm in pain about the flowers.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
I'm clicking so many of the wrong things. And in the chat you said, you don't remember showing me the cock carousel thing, but you did show it, Mr. Ever helping to find a gun, and cishet guys are weird and there's a lot more to discover. I'm definitely sensing just yet another iceberg of mystery going by. Titus having things to answer for. And the window is new.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures.
And how?
Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
It was recently replaced?
Looks like it, yes.
You know which window has not been recently replaced?
The one I smashed in my room, or what is this? Guilt now? Well, the second one, there's been a lot of serious, so I'll go a little silly.
Whatever it is, it's messing with your concentration.
Okay. I mean, there wasn't anything else
this
to
window is
know
like
about
you know which window is not.
window,
Yes,
right?
that one.
Okay. So I guess we just go on down. So replaced windows, but how recently could it have been replaced? Click on some stairs, I suppose, and walk on out of there. Alright, I guess that's the beginning of the end of... Okay, if I click on the door closes. Okay, I guess before I go downstairs, I would want to see if can I put any skill points into the thing, okay, just the things that are not already leading. There's a little bit for empathy if we wanted, or visual calculus, but the specific mind-boggling mission of getting things off of a fan when it's a tie, still unavailable. Alright, so I guess I'll talk to Titus for a moment, hopefully not have a real actual brain aneurysm in the variety of random spoilers I've seen around. Oh no.
It's you again. What is it?
What is it indeed? Look over at the chat for flowers and windows and thinking about your own windows. Yeah, too distracting. And we can say, let's go over the rape victim again, or she says she wasn't. Big sneeze. Let's go over it again.
Again? Seriously, man. Fine. Fire away.
Nothing particularly new, but you could say, I think I know her.
Yeah, whatever.
She says she wasn't.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
You seemed so concerned for her earlier, Titus.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
Were you feeling more involved? Okay, from the sound of like the emotional connection, like there was no main piece, but if there were, you were the side piece. Okay.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Is that how the record works? Okay, Elizabeth.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
Are you rationalizing finding them when you weren't in a relationship with her and can't cope with it? Okay, what?
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Okay, but
Yeah,
what?
she's crazy, you know.
And
a crazy bitch.
the victim.
You know the type. She's fucked up.
I feel like maybe we're endangering her by saying all this. Oh no. We can say crazy, what are you talking about? She was very lucid.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Ooh.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
It was very extremely upfront.
His hands become fists.
Awesome. I'm not wearing the right outfit for this, am I? It's still the mesh shirt.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
What?
Titus Hardy.
Okay. Some authority from Elizabeth to cut it off?
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
Is that on the record, ma'am?
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet, too.
I almost thought they were going to cut off the audio for it. Alright.
Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
How so?
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
What kind of tape? Under duress? Is that how the bullet got into him? Did one of you make a silly little threat and accidentally pull the trigger?
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Oh my god.
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
We can say, why should I care about the tape? You lied to me. What's on the tape? Where'd you get the tape? I think I can listen to it up in the room. I'm now eager to listen to it, but I still want to explore options.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Oh, I'll still listen to it, but
Bitch,
what?
T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
Well, this place must have for-profit prisons too, but what else?
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
What's on the tape?
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why. Won't you listen to it?
And we can say, where'd you get it? But I think it's kind of obvious that they made it.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
Oh, bugged them.
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Okay, tech.
Understood. You've listened in on their communications.
And here
How
I was
long?
thinking he was tortured. How long indeed?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Swing lessons?
Things got nice and quiet after that.
The hanging, right. Which one of you does that radio work then?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
So, you or all of them?
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Okay. A little toast to his comrades among all of this.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
A little bonding moment in the midst of it all. Well, I think I know where to listen to it. I think. But I would hate to go all the way up there thinking that I know about it. No, okay, I'll do it anyway.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of
And
Titus Hardy.
we take it.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Alright. This is gonna throw the relationship with Klaasje. Am I remembering the pronunciation? That's gonna throw that relationship into sharp contrast, isn't it? So, Door Gunner Megamix. A magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications. De-encrypted. Not a good. Omen requires a boombox to play. Oh. 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 I thought maybe there was a tape player up in your room. We might be on down to the pawn shop. Okay, look over at the chat for a moment as Rosie is saying, who upwork in their communist RPG? We're trying out here. I have not spotted any comrades. I have spotted some checks that hurt to fail, but some good ones as well. There's thinking about things, dropping the empathetic act really fast, right from talking about her being a sexual assault victim to calling her a war, right? That turnaround. And then Helene spitting facts about the cops looking for convictions more than evidence. It's a little chilling, right? Seeing any recording and being like, wait a second, why are you harassing a homeless person trying to, I don't know, make it criminal? And they're looking out for Angus, right? The little camaraderie and bonding and hints of humanity, despite it all. Yeah, I know where the boombox is. And Kai saying the audio just randomly tripping out sometimes, even the computer's not used to late nights. Oh my. And now I'm really wondering how much of everything has gone there. Did your dialogue just say, yes, I'm very attractive, thank you?
Hi again, gendarme.
Yeah, that's all.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Just highs and buys. Huh. And I still haven't found anything about the... Oh right, and I don't have a plastic bag. Well, I might as well have a plastic bag around here with the tools, or was it with items? Might as well have a plastic bag to get your things. Is that thing full? And... Huh. Okay, so I don't see this being a full 3 hours like the previous long one, but I know I just keep getting myself into more and more elaboration. Alright, getting in that door, and Yanching saying Smoker is hot and he knows it. It would be nice if you could talk to him after realizing you're bisexual. Like you should go on a date with him like you can with Lillian. Totally. Just all these little alternate paths. It kind of makes me wonder
Hello.
if anyone's done a little
Let me
mods
know
or
if
anything.
I can help you with anything.
But it wouldn't have been wouldn't have had the voice actors, you know?
Yeah, we still have those boom boxes on the shelves.
Alright, we're looking at boomboxes. What kind of cache am I having? There's recordings, there's... Was this it?
Here you go, man.
I forget which one of these was it. Oh no. We're looking at objects.
Not so sure about this.
Oh, right, that was drugs.
I respect your decision, officer. What else can I help you with?
So I guess that I would be foremost, here to click on things.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves. And your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its two real eyes.
To play a tape on one of the boomboxes real quick. Or can I get a discount on the boombox? A police discount. What is a police discount? Is that intimidation? There's talking about dating Kim right there. And partnership ended with John Pugman. Now Kim Kitsuragi is my best friend. Right? I like the way they are. I have no idea if they would like stay together or not regret it. Both of those things. But like one time, in a world of possibilities, they've got like one adorable little date in them, perhaps. There's asking for a discount.
A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real.
Yes.
Just don't ask him for the smallest amount. You'll insult him. The others will work.
Okay. Thank you, suggestion. How does 10 sound?
Sounds like a ripoff, but okay. I can make it 10, but no lower.
Well, I can't ask to just use it, surely. I can't do that after already haggling it.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
There's chiming in with intimidation can be flirting. Yeah, that's what the whole pinned against the wall sort of thing is. Do not flirt with a stoner pawn shop nameplate. Even though he's beautiful, do not flirt with the beautiful stoner pawn shop name. Well, for cop discounts, for a cause, and then anything that you technically do is for a communist cause, since we've like internalized the thought, right? So it would be flirting for the means of production. I've connected it. So we could play the tapes. I guess we could play the tapes in here, but that seems a bit harsh. And I think if there were shirts here before, are they gone already?
What a shirt. All other shirts
No, they're still here.
Comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders.
I was still curious. What's with the man?
It's the man from Hendal.
Okay.
Walking away from his burning village.
Everyone knows lore. Kim, why are you standing directly in the closet? I thought you were out. You were certainly out to me.
Their matter-of-fact tone belies their surprise at the fact that you didn't recognize the figure in the print. Lie, sire. For no reason.
We can lie for no reason and say, I was a very sheltered child. My parents only let me read boring books about ordinary people, and the man from Heimdall looks extraordinary, or guessing I'm supposed to know who it is, but I lost my memory. I have not gotten this many drama options to lie, sire. Lie for no reason. For the novelty of it, drama, you are appealing to me.
That's very sad, man. Then you missed out on some pretty well executed, albeit repetitive, adventure literature.
Well, now I'm sad about lying and wish I had been vulnerable.
The man from Yelmdal is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla, mostly what is nowadays Arda NFD.
I look back at the chat to see not for the cop discount, homosexuality for the working class. Is there an Oingo Boingo song about that? Now I'm extremely curious. There's talk of not lying to Kim for no reason. There's talk of when your brain is just telling you to lie. I feel like I feel like this impulse does exist in me when I want to start telling a random story out of nowhere and just
In fact,
exaggerating it.
Most people don't think that man from Helmdale ever really existed. But they are wrong.
Did you meet him? Was he hot? There's...
Helmdal isn't a real place.
Well, now I'm sad about it, Kim.
Neither is the man a real man, of course.
Say it isn't
But
so.
both the man and Helmdal are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
I am extremely fascinated that you were actually going to argue about it. Wait, what do you mean he was real?
I mean, even if the man from Helmdale didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Well, that's perfectly charming.
Okay.
What, do you not love the immortal life of a story? Kim Kitsuragi, that's a little bit sad in a meta sense because that's your life. That's you are in a story. That's all the life that you have.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect.
Robust, you say?
Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Helmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
Well, that sounds perfectly wonderful. There's talk of, I'll come clean, it's called Wild Sex in the Working Class. Wait, that is the Oingo Boingo song. Okay, things that I definitely want to rattle around in my head after being on this stream.
Very unique energies indeed.
Geomagnetic ley lines.
One might even say.
Huh. If it happened to you, that means it's real. The experiences you had with it, the feelings were real, followed by delusion maxing. Okay, you're getting down some excellent comedic timing over there, may I say.
Stop talking about this nerd stuff. It will make you weedy. Buy the damn shirt already. It's powerful.
I guess if that's the last option, I would ask how much is it for?
2 real.
2? Well, I get so many bonuses from outfits.
That's dirt cheap.
Couldn't you just give it to me for free then? Or cool, I'll think about it. Why we don't get the option to just be like, here, I have 2 real. But I do for once. I'm having monies now.
But why?
Because I'm a broke cop without a cent to my name. But he just saw us buy something else. Or he's a superstar, I'm a superstar, it would be perfect. Or I could repay you in some other way. If I only get to choose one of these, then the one that is suspiciously like giving it up for cop favors, as you've so eloquently put it, I'm gonna go with that one.
Are dealing goods, not services.
It's plus to shivers and minus to authority. It's cool to see its stats beforehand. What would you do with strong physical instrument and shivers, but enough minus to authority to counteract the little clunky boots that you got? I'm like physically as a person, like going later than I wanted to. Can I use the boombox items? Tools. We have a sword, and I love having a sword. And first equip it in your hand. Oh yeah, right over the shoulder. That's exactly how you want it to be. Damn, wait, the shirts would have been a good way to do that. We want to interact. There's saying less authority, more surprise when you apply spiky boot to ass. Because it's the t-shirt vibes. Because I'm like imagining if I saw somebody, I don't have to imagine like I would have to imagine with any of the other items in this game, because that kind of t-shirt exists around here. So if I saw somebody in like a serious military gear, the SWAT gear, but also just one hell of a graphic tee, the vibes would be indescribable. We're going to interact with this.
The quarter reel
There's
is just what you needed. The reels attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader.
We can play a tape.
You push command set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
Vibe whiplash, vibe whiplash.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Alright, what kind of machinery were they on?
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
I'm loving the technical expertise, man.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
So it would seem to be self-defense, you could sort of say.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style.
Well, I can see why the Hardy Boys would think that's what happened. But also, I probably just don't understand enough about humans. Like, if you already hung out together, if you already slept together, why, what?
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porterilla.
Okay.
The tape stops spinning.
We can say, what was that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating.
Okay.
He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
Patrolling. And he sounded inebriated.
Still.
And we're familiar with this look of suspicion at the tape.
There's more going on here than we know.
And we can say, who's Corty? Oh. I thought we already found out the name of the
Corty could
mercenary.
be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
And what is Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
The kind that we already got a look at from the mercenary. Was he there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer.
Oh yeah.
We would need to know the story of this man's service.
Well, we got a pretty close look, I think. And what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for Klaasje, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony.
Oh dear.
At least to some degree.
I thought that playing it would give me less of a sense of mystery, but it in fact does not.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
A Friday night indeed. And there's...
The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
I'm looking over the chat to say bisexual icon Solid Snake talks of cranes sounding like an elephant, and the first LGBT Disney character was the Watcher. And did they pick a Vision Quest? Oh yeah, I picked the communism one, except I don't think that I've gotten any hints toward it. So be looking at the chat now, except for the Hardy Boys not being the suitable communist allies. I don't know. It's having never seen the ways that these routes in this game can go before, I'm excited to know how that can go. Can I just say, I mean, he did literally say he was going to sexually assault here. There's a lot of contradicting things that you're hearing, right? That 11% from Klaasje just sort of, I don't know, gnaws at my head. But also, I haven't had dinner yet. There's saying I missed the communist quest in my first playthrough because I'm a fool. I guess it's good to go into this knowing about the extremes that you can go into to find out what is, I don't know, what's there to be discovered. I was really surprised at the start of this when I put on the moralist pants and and started thinking a lot of moralist thoughts, centrist thoughts. What is that? Alright, various things to interact with, but I will indeed get out of here. Kim, please
What
stop
a shirt.
standing in the closet.
All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders.
Welcome to Hyundal, officer.
That really feels like a like a Terminator reference to me, but I know it isn't. Let's end that off on less of a mysterious note and go back to changing clothes, I guess. I'm seriously curious if... Oh, let's get a good look at the shirt. No, let's do it with the intense SWAT gear, why not? Yep, you're just a fellow out here. You're just enjoying a shirt to end this off on. And last messages out here before I'm gone are... The moralist quest is wild, yeah, but I think the communism quest is my personal favorite, and I agree that's good for a first playthrough. Also more appropriate for the themes of this game, right? I saw that in like the comments and such, I think, out here, that there's a little seed of hope in there, and then the moralist quest is where you get, you know, such golden lines, such as being so fucking normal right now. There's your Kim maxing next playthrough. This has been an amalgamation of vibes. This has been a Hobocop in a graphic t-shirt, kind of matching Kim in the colors now. You know, it's some kind of unhinged vibe to try to talk to Klaasje when you believe that she's a victim, and then you're trying to be like in a slightly more serious outfit, but then you go back. You know, we're actually gonna go back in the in the jacket as well. Why not? Oh yeah, there's no limit to the minuses authority can take, but it's alright because Kim is next to us. Well, thank you guys very much for stopping by. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night or day or where.